Hello, welcome back. Well, this is today's haul, but instead of you looking at the items, which we'll get to, since I went where I did hit the three stores, the reason why I like that is this stuff is cheap. I spent $9 on this, but it's also a little over 2 hours complete drive time in 90 miles. Keep in mind, my car gets 33 miles a gallon. That's still what I used in gas and my time. Sure, I got out. I looked at the lake for a little when I got there at the Goodwill in Ashtabula. The primary of this video is to show you why I picked the things I did. Got three stores. I got a little something from each store. Well, there's four stores really. One, I didn't get anything, which is a Goodwill. Then I went to another small store. They had a little sign on the road, a little consignment store opened up. I went over there and I found two things. But why did I pick this paperback book? So if you imagine being at the a media section with books, this is what you do, then you can relate. If not, then try to imagine this. So you have this bookshelf. So with all the variety of books that are all over, it could be 100 books, 200, 1,000, 2,000. I am just eyeballing in this, but now nothing. This isn't anything substantial, right? But I bought this one for $1.50. I already took the price tag off. As soon as I got it here, that's what I could do. The longer it stays on, the worse it gets. It's already not as good as what it would have been if that sticker was never on there. Damage is already done. Still, this is probably a $30 to $40 book. But I picked it just because it has the word graves. Graves, for whatever graves, a dark, mysterious, ominous, whatever type feeling you want to have of the word graves. It's just graves. And it's possessive. It's an apostrophe S. So that made me wonder, I was like, what? So I grabbed it. No barcode. Looked it up. And they're like 30, 35 bucks. I'll throw a Terapeak up. One had sold in the past 90 days. It's like 35 bucks. And one was listed for like 40 bucks. So it was worthwhile for me to hit the solds. Oh, one has. If I typed it in and a book is listed at 40 bucks, for me to buy it for a couple dollars, if it has ever sold for 20 or 25 or 30, that was worth my time. If it sells for 40, 50, whichever its common selling price is, then it's definitely worth it. For me to be like, oh, I already have my time in it. It does have a selling rate, especially through Therapy, because books sell slower. But can I still get 30 bucks for this anywhere from a couple weeks to 2 months to 6, 8 months? Most unlikely. So that's why I got this. We'll stick with this one here. This was $1.50. Maybe it was $1. No, it was $2 actually. But this is anywhere from 15 to 19 bucks. Even with the sticker, I can still make money on it. And they sell. These two I got from that store, that little consignment store I mentioned. They were $2 each. And when I go to those consignment stores and I pay their cash, and I try to do, that's part of the reason why I carry cash, because it'll be charged tax, but hey, you want to help out somebody. And if I can save them a totality without going through the card transaction, 50 cents, $1, whatever it may be, and then, they don't have to track their cash for taxes. That's up to them, right? So save them, carry cash, pay for stuff with cash. But $2 each. That one's 20, around 19 to like 23, 24. So I paid $2. This one is 12 to 15. 15 would be on a good day. So to me, I'm still making money at $2 for this, and I'm helping, a small consignment shop out. Besides that, I probably would have only bought that. This does sell. It's just a little slower seller, but I'll still make money even when it sells. Even if it sells for 10, I still make money. But this is like 20 bucks. So I paid the $1.50 for about 20 bucks. So these CDs So kind of imagine the same thing I just talked about, the books, but CDs. And keep in mind, when I'm grabbing a stack, I'm grabbing 13 to 15. I just hold them in my hand and I just go through them. And things that are odd, that's odd. Just a flat out sticker, independent. So it turns out it's a promo, which promo CDs are better in most cases. And so I type it in. Not many have sold, maybe 5 or 6, 8 on Terapeak. I don't remember exactly. It's good enough. It's not scuff, but they're still $20, $25. So I paid $1. It's Marcus Vale. Now I go through hundreds of CDs just hand sifting, right? And then there's one more CD on here, but it's so quick to go through them. And I just grab the ones that are like, I've never seen that before. I don't recognize it. It's interesting. It's different. And even a lot of foreign. I don't know the right way how to phrase this, but non-US domestic artists. And if I'm going into the same reasons and why I picked the certain ones I do, I did make a video about that. However, greatest hits, multi-disc, best of, any of those things that fall in any of the ultimate, the essential, any of those, look them up. You'll find more often than not that they're going to be $10, $12 minimum, and then you'll start picking up on which ones. Some soundtracks. That's what I go for. So I'm going through all these hundreds of CDs at different, maybe 50 to 200 most at a store. But it doesn't take long for me to go through that. And if I find one in a breadth of 80 to 100 CDs, that's worth my 4 minutes sifting through it. This artist, some CDs do have a high value. The lowest listed CDs, there aren't many that are below 10. For me to spend $1 on a CD that has a good high value, due to this name, even if I bought it and it's going to be a dud, it's going to be a $12, $15 dud. I'm hoping that when I look more into this, it could be a $50 to $70 CD. I'm hoping 40 at like low end. That's why I picked this one, because the artist's name, a lot of this artists in CD, their sales are of good value. Even the lowest ones are of good value. Just the name. I don't know about this. Right? That's why I bought this one. This was my very first scan at Ashtabula. And again, so this is going to be called a gatefold. Some people call it a digipack. Digipack are typically just going to be one flap in the CD. And sometimes the flap will have the booklet in it. Right, so this is a 2-disc gatefold digipack. A lot of these gatefolds can be really good. So this is, I don't know, LTJ Buchan, I don't know. Journey Rewards. So I don't know who it is, but it's for like $20. So I paid $1. That'll make sense. It's very, very few and far between to get a good VHS. Something I still kind of put about the same valuing on VHS. So for me, okay, this is a little tangent real quick on why I picked certain categories in the price ranges and caps. That's not a steadfast method, but it's close enough. So CDs and DVDs, typically they can go down to even less than 10, because most of the time they're going to be 4 ounces or less and go the cheapest ground advantage rate. Ground advantage, because it's cheaper to send it the media mail. Media mail would cost more without insurance. things, if I want to ensure their condition safety, they at least get a double padding. I mean, anything over $100 gets extra, depending on weight and stuff. But I don't push out a lot of that stuff. I do. Even $200 pair of eyeglasses and sunglasses, they go in. Matter of fact, since Supply Hut doesn't really care that I mention him in the company, his name Charlie. This, right? My glasses get sent out. These are durable Supply Hut 6x3x2 boxes. I send, various things if they fit in this. I forget. I said it in the video on how much I paid for these. I think there was a box. Were they 100? I don't remember now. I have a email invoice, but I got them cheaper because I did a walk-in at Supply Hut warehouse. They're right down, well, to me, right down the road, 30 minutes down the road. I just walked in, talked to Charlie, the owner, cool guy. But where I'm going is sometimes even a little more expensive. And I have different size boxes also from Supply Hut, different size boxes as well. So if I need a box to put some media in and have it, reminds me of that Nightmare on Elm Street. Media, and I have these and I can slip them in a bubble envelope as well. So there's ways for me to protect it. But anyhow, so good VHS. Something enough to have value to sell and to have sit around, because VHS probably sell less as quick as books. I'd have to look at my actual listing and I'll do all that math to come up with something, but I could tell you that VHS rate by ratio, even scaling it down or scaling it up to books. I would say DVDs sell the most, but I'm not going to get all that math. This is a VHS. The DVD is listed for $65. There's no other of this listed in media format. I didn't do a Terapeak because I showed that the DVD sold. But it's a VHS. But it's the only video listed format is a DVD. So if you want this, I'll bet you I can ask $50 for it. I'll bet you I can ask more because it's signed. I didn't grab this because of that, because I just saw the side. I saw the side, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the side. So, just the topic of fly fishing. Something like this, it's instructional. Instructional stuff I will look at. And this is sitting beside a bunch of other just common VHS. So a random $50, $100 score. That's what I'm looking for. Just the instructional part would be worth it for me to grab it off the shelf and look at it. But as soon as I grabbed it off the shelf like that, I like it signed, I have to at least look it up. And I did. They were listed. Well, no, I did. Nothing came up. I had to hand type it. Just Chico. I think I just typed in casting and Chico. The DVD. Interesting. But that, from what I got today, for what I spent my time wise. So that's what I sourced. It's not a lot for 3 stores. Sometimes, and then a small additional one, or however many I even want to hit. But for those 3 stores, that's half of what I usually get cumulative from that route. 20 things we can refer to many sourced videos ago. I do not have them tagged for which city I was in, but I can either way. So I hope that what you just listened to, what you just saw, hopefully something from there you could pick up on, because that's what I do. That's how I spend my 30 hours a week trying to get to 100K of sales in the vast majority is physical media. So if you like what you heard, what you saw, feel free to comment, thumb me thingy, subscribe, share. It's all free. Helps me, helps you. Appreciate it. Thank you.